everyone, welcome. We're in a different part of the Rosy Temple this evening, so that I can play the bowls for you. I hope you're all doing well. Hi Jackie, hi Julia, hi Christine. Hi Patricia. Hi Pamela. Welcome. So just welcoming you in with the sounds of the crystal bowls. They work so beautifully. With the roses. And as I say, I'm in a different part of the Rosy Temple this evening. I'm up in the little inner sanctuary, and the rose behind me is Master Rose Ma 1, and she says, I am magnetic. I attract to me all that is in resonance with the deepest calling of my heart, for in that is my truth and my power. So we are in super powerful times. We're in this window of the building of the energies for this full moon. And hi Natasha. It's just been a really, really strong week. I hope you've all navigated it okay. It certainly has felt pretty intense for me. It's as an Aquarian, and this is the second Aquarius full moon. And it's been an intense month. The energies have been really bringing us all, I feel, to a point of change. There is an opportunity with this full moon, and it's tomorrow in the UK. It's tomorrow about 1 o'clock, just after lunch. Oh, I've got a pussycat that's turned up with me as well. Yeah, just after lunch tomorrow. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's at 29 degrees of Aquarius, and I'm sure that you've all been aware of the intensity of this particular full moon. It's at what they call the anaretic degree, so it's at the last degree of the sign, and it brings with it its own power in actually asking you, have you got all of the juice that this journey of the moons in Aquarius has had to offer us? And I know for many that they have. It's been a really intense journey. And, you know, the question is, what have you learned? What have you learned about yourself? What have you learned about your journey? And this particular moon gives us the opportunity of stepping into a new timeline, stepping into a new way of being, perhaps a new way of using your gifts and your talents. This is a jump-off point. And what we could do is to look and say, well, what have we been unfolding? Which of the petals on our heart, on the rose of the heart, have we been working with to unfold and to allow this beautiful rose heart, this beautiful heartfelt energy to reveal the gold at the center? What is it that we've been working with that enables us to come clearer and clearer about who we are and why we're here, why we signed up to be here at this time, and what are the gifts that we've been honing for humanity? What is the place that we want to take going forward? And this is such a powerful point. This full moon has really felt super significant on our journey of discovery, of self-discovery, which in a lot of ways we could look and say, well, that's what we've all been learning on an inner level through this last 18 months, because so much of what we've been familiar with, the ease of travel, the ease of connection, the ease of joining and doing things with others has been curtailed, and we have had to look at a deeper level. We've had to get very familiar with ourselves. So this whole journey, you know, has been taking us deeper and deeper within. The real recognition of who am I, and how do I deal with stress? How do I deal with change in the extreme? You know, change is really the only constant that we have, that we can navigate by. But how do we find a place within us, a verticality within us, that enables us to find some place of rest? So, you know, as you know, the roses for me have been part of that particular journey. They've been a tool in my tool bag, which has enabled me to come back time and time again, to be resourced and be connected back into nature. What medicine do they offer? What wisdom do they offer that enables us to come back safely into self and allow the winds of change to blow around us, to be, as one would say, in our own little boat in the stream, and allow the power of the water to not rock the boat, but for us to stay steady in the shift and changes that have been going on and that continue to go on. I really feel that next 3 months are offering us enormous changes in both our outer landscape and, of course, the inner landscape. The two are directly connected. So let's see what the roses can offer us as some extra guidance and some extra insight into this particular time. As we move through this full moon energy and at this last degree of Aquarius, and we have Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius, so there is a lot of potential for change, for unfolding within us, that can enable us to almost fast track our journey at this particular point. And it offers us a portal of freedom. It offers us to a degree, liberation as we move forward in this next few months. What is true? What is truly aligned? What is there that's non-negotiable? What is there that still lands and sits as true for me in my heart? Because that's really the only place that we can trust. What feels to be an alignment, and then step forward to that. So let's see what the roses have got to offer us as wisdom for this particular piece of our journey. So the first rose this evening is Rose 7. And Rose 7 was one of the original roses on the Rose 1 set. And these form a healing grid on the body. They actually work. The cards are actually placed on the body when we're working with them, with the Rose Alchemy work. So this rose sits on the solar plexus, and you can see she is light-filled. She is delicate. You could almost see her as being fragile and translucent. but she's luminous. She is a beauty. And what she says is, you know, that we must honour our vulnerability, that when we honour our fragility and our vulnerability, then it becomes a superpower. When we can't say a wholehearted yes to life, when we are conditioned by our stories and it's a half-hearted yes to life, then there is a contraction, and there always will be a negotiation as to whether we can step forward. And this rose is saying, own the whole package. Own where you feel vulnerable. Own where you might not feel as strong as you might otherwise. Own where you are feeling less robust. Oh, how lovely. Diana has just said that her poem today, she's been writing poetry of recent months, is about a bud and the petals unfolding. It's beautiful. Thanks, Diana. So yeah, this rose is saying just own it all. Own the places where you're still work in progress. Own the places where you feel that there's still work to do. Own the places where you feel vulnerable. And that becomes your superpower, because when you own it, when you know it to be true, there is nobody that can just push you over. And you can stand in your fullness, in your power, within that ownership. So you might want to just connect with this rose, perhaps put a hand on your higher heart chakra. And that just acknowledge when I own my vulnerability and own where I feel fragile, I can allow for that strength to return, to feel resourced, to feel the strength that owning that gives me. And just breathe her in, own her. As I say, she sits on the solar plexus, and the solar plexus is the chakra that holds the wound of betrayal. And this rose is calling us to hold that real sense of trust in self, to see the beauty in the delicate, to feel the beauty in that refinement, in that sensitivity. Those of us that are sensitives often also have a very sensitive solar plexus. So connecting with her and just allowing her to breathe in, feel her open and connect, and she becomes a superpower. Let's see what our next rose is in our reading this evening. So perhaps you might want to just check in and see, is there any place in which you are feeling slightly vulnerable this evening? Is there anything that you are working your way through that is calling for an inner journey, that is calling for being seen and being fully seen? Is there a piece of your story that wants to be revealed? So let's see what the second rose is this evening. Curious? So the second rose this evening is rose 9, and she is the partner to rose 7. So rose 7, when she's working with the solar plexus, works at the back of the solar plexus. Rose 9 sits on the front solar plexus, and she protects rose 7. She acts as the guardian, if you like, of the solar plexus until we are comfortable and we own our vulnerability, and then she moves to the back as support. for us to be radiant, luminous, lit from within and supported. So Rose 9 is a whole different energy altogether. And she says, well, she's a bit of the Sekhmet of roses, really. She says, don't mess with me. I am clear, I am strong, I am radiant. There's nothing fluffy here at all. She holds a very wise counsel to her. These petals are fleshy, they are veined, they are wisdom keepers. And this rose from the center holds this golden energy, and she says, I am strong, I am resourced, I know myself, I have good boundaries. This rose is inviting us to get superpowered into the solar plexus, and of course working with her partner, who allows for the ownership of the vulnerability and yet knowing the protection. This is just a powerful, powerful combo. And as I say, when I'm setting the grid and my background, the energy anatomy of the Rose 1 set in the Oracle is my background in energy healing and my background in pranic healing in particular. And pranic healing, we use a front solar plexus and a back solar plexus. And as I say, this Rose 9, will sit on the front and protect Rose 7, the vulnerable aspects of ourselves, until we are comfortable and trusting of those that we're with, or that we have mastered the aspect of our own vulnerability which allows us to be radiant, transparent, clear, light, but know that we are totally inner resourced and we are totally supported within our own energy matrix. So these two can dance together. Yeah? If we are in a place where we're feeling uncertain or vulnerable, Rose 9 sits to the front, and she offers us a very clear pathway of protection and support. There are circumstances when it is right to allow for this Rose 7 to be the one that sits forward. So, if you'd like to place a hand on your higher heart, and just breathe in and connect with this rose. Feel her energy onto your solar plexus. And just feel that strength. This radiant solar energy. I mean, you couldn't get much more solar than this rose, this beautiful golden yellow energy. And she says, I am clear. I am strong. I have good boundaries. I honor myself and I trust my gut wisdom. And just breathe her in and just release anything that needs to be released. Feel her strength, feel her power. And let's see what the third rose is for this reading this evening. It's another golden rose. This is Rose Ma 7. And the Rose Ma roses are I am statements. And what we add beyond the I am is an owned energy. And she says, I am receptive. So here is the power of the feminine in her full force. You can see she's quite yoni shaped, and she reminds us that it is essential to receive as well as give, and the feminine is programmed to give. And a lot of those of us that work within the healing arts, we are much more reticent to receive than we are to give, much more comfortable in giving. But it is said, like the in-breath and the out-breath, we have to receive to fill the cup in order to give. And we give in order for there to be space to receive. It's like the inflow of the ocean and the pull back to the ocean. It's the wave on the shore, if you like. The ocean offers the wave to the shore and then receives the wave back. We, on the out breath, breathe out, and on the in breath, we receive. We receive the oxygen, we receive the nourishment. And it is said that in the giving, we are able to receive. So look at the areas in which you may have a block in receiving. This certainly is the time to move into flow and into the openness to receive all of the blessings of the universe, all of the powers that maybe in past lifetimes you have given away. Maybe this is the time to open to receive those powers back. Open to receive the blessings that will enable you to step forward and in what you have to offer in this coming time. Oh, Jackie, that's lovely. Thank you. Jackie said she's really feeling the dance and the beauty here. So place your higher hand on your, put your hand on your higher heart chakra, not your higher hand. Place your hand on your higher heart chakra and just connect in with this beautiful rose and just affirm that I am open to receive the blessings of the universe. I am open to receive good health, wealth and well-being. I am open to receive love. Just really feel that sense of willingness to be open to receive. And so be it, so be it, so be it, and so it is. So we have 3 really powerful roses with messages for us at this Aquarius full moon. And of course the sun is in Leo, this powerful place of the Leo heart, very strong heart energy. And the moon in Aquarius, and they are only there for about an hour after the exactitude of this full moon. And then the moon moves on into Pisces and the sun moves into Virgo. So this really is this last piece of the energy of this Aquarius transit and these Aquarius full moons that we've had. So you can see that these 2 energies work on the solar plexus. You want to check in on your solar plexus. Just let me have a read. Oh, wonderful, Francis. I'm really pleased that it was good timing for you. So solar plexus, really being aware of your vulnerability and the luminosity that sits within the solar plexus energy, and yet the superpower that is available for us in our boundaries and our sense of ourselves and our sense of worthiness and our sense of trust in our gut wisdom, the innate knowingness of what is right action. So a strong and powerful message for this full moon. Full moons, you know, are about culmination. This is about bringing perhaps closure to a big piece of your journey. This is a significant point. And when we can come into our gut wisdom, then we can make choices that are really aligned and powerful for us and take action. The solar plexus is the center of our personal will. It's not only the place where we digest life, but it is this place of owning our personal will. And here is Rosemar 7. And Rosemar 7 is saying, remember, there is an out-breath and an in-breath. And remember that in that in-breath and out-breath, there is a connection. So these are beautiful, beautiful energies. And I will just finish off with some sound medicine. Breathe in the energies of the sacred sounds of the alchemy bowls. And this is the Soul Star bowl. It's a very high C, activating the Soul Star energies, bringing in your I Am presence, allowing that to fully anchor through the body. We've also got the Grandmother and Apophyllite alchemy bowl, which is helping us work with the sacral chakra and our adrenals. This beautiful energy here is all about the heart, allowing us to soften and open to the heart and the heart's knowing. This bowl works with the throat. She works with truth and our mastery. And as I say, this one is with the Soul Star, allowing us to open and ground our I Am presence so that we can be love in action. We can take our gifts forward to inspire and uplift others. So I hope the Aquarius full moon brings blessings for you and gives you a clear indication of this new timeline that is coming up for this next few months. We are in a powerful portal of change. So harness the energy of this point. It is a powerful weekend and we are unfolding. We are all unfolding. We are all blossoming. And just like the rose heart, we can only unfold one petal at a time to be the best version of ourselves and to take our light into the world. Thank you for joining me. It is a blessing to be able to bring these energies and share them, and with huge gratitude, much love and rosy blessings. Bye bye for now.